can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Just wanted to be sure that you can hear me.
Okay, thank you. Welcome, Damilola.
Okay. I think this is much better.
All right, just a minute.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, guys, welcome to today's live session. This is Live Beyond Borders, and today we are having a very exclusive interview with someone here, very special, that I believe every one of us who is probably able to make it down to this live session is going to learn one or two things from. And as you know, anytime we come on live like this, apart from the fact that we can have a guest like this, is an opportunity for you to also ask questions. So if you have just joined us, I would like to see you signify maybe on the comment section. Can you type your name? If you are there, just type your name and where you're joining from. I think it would be good to know who is with us here. But anyway, we're actually going to start, by the way. So if you are live here with us, can you, type in the comments section and just type your name, mention your name and when you're joining us from
Yeah.
before we start.
Yeah. So type your name so we can get to know you and create the familiarity first before we go into the session.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do live session. Okay. I want to believe people are able to type. All right. Why not just let's start the session and while others join. Are you still there, Damilola?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to see the comment section. So
Okay, okay.
okay. I think we do not have questions for now. So
Okay, so let's jump right in, right? I
yeah,
believe
let's
others
go.
are going to join us. Yeah, you're welcome. So can you, brief? All right, we have someone. Yeah, we have. I think I can put that on the screen.
Okay.
Solomon from Cameroon. Yeah, you're welcome, Solomon from Cameroon.
Hi, Solomon. It's nice meeting you on here.
Okay, so you're watching from Cameroon. That's good. Which city in Cameroon? Can you tell us, Solomon? Which city are you watching from? I know Yaoundé. I don't know other city. Ellen from Nigeria is here. Wow. Awesome. You're welcome, Ellen. It's good to have you here. You guys are really going to learn a lot here. And I'm actually here to also have fun. So, you know. So so once we jump right in, we're actually not going to identify people. But let's just use this few minutes to welcome people. We have let me see the name correctly. Foku. Foku, where are you joining us from? The name sound familiar anyway, but I don't want to assume. Do you want to mention where you are joining us from? Is it Nigeria? Is it Ghana? Is it India?
No, it's
The
from
life.
is the Solomon from Cameroon. So you
Oh,
asked about city, yeah. So
the city. All right. I'm learning actually. So there's a city called Biu, right? I hope I
you-
got it right. Anyway, That's awesome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Everyone, you're welcome. This is Life Beyond Borders, and we have a special guest here. I don't want to talk too much about her. I actually want you to hear from the Osisma because she really have a lot to share with us. From the Southwest Cameroon, that's awesome. That's fine. You're welcome. And this opportunity is actually for everyone, no matter where you are on planet Earth. As far as you have a continent that is named on the map of the world, you have access to opportunity to study abroad, specifically in the US and other parts of the world. That's some of the things we talk about in this channel. Right, let's jump straight in. So I would like my guests to, introduce ourselves. Obviously, as you can see in the name, is Damilola, a beautiful name. So can we hear from you, Damilola? Can you talk about um your we know your name, just talk about yourself, introduce yourself.
Okay, hi, my name is Damilola, and I am from Nigeria. I did my undergrad in University of Lagos, Nigeria, and I came to study abroad in 2022, where I came on to Miami University to study student affairs and higher education because I am very passionate about student development, student retention, and how we can ensure that we are making college conducive enough for college students. So that's all about me for now. I don't know what else you would want me to share. Oh, but yeah, that's
That's
all about
awesome. That's
me.
awesome. So, you studied. I mean, you did your undergrad in Nigeria, right?
Yeah, I did educational management because I'm more particular in education because my mission, my vision when I was like growing up was to become a teacher.
Hmm.
Yes, I have always
Okay.
wanted to become a teacher, and when I a teacher and a school owner, yeah. So like along the line, I shared my dream with somebody because like I came from a family that we do not have like graduates in my own family. Like I'm a first year, like I'm a first
First
generation.
generation.
Yes, I'm a first generation student. So
Yeah, that's we. Okay.
yeah. So I kind of like discussed it with somebody that we kind of draw. I'm like, oh, like if you want to become a school owner, I think the best programs to go to is educational management kind of thing. So that's how I applied to University of Lagos and I got the admission. And like I really wanted to progress in my career. That's why I wanted to like to take like a huge step further and I got my master's form at University of Lagos first. Initially, I was like, okay, let me go back to school and go back to my University of Lagos. But then, but then like, because I had shared my dream with some few friends, were like, damn, why do you want to go to University of Lagos? I thought you wanted to study abroad. Why not like take the step right now instead of you
Mhm.
coming back? So I took I took the step and made that decision with my
Mhm.
family because I am married. So my
Mm.
like took that decision. I'm like, okay, so let's get through the step, let's know what to do. And we did the whole thing ourselves. Like we did not make use of any agents. Like it was like DIY thing that we did and
Mm.
we got here to it. So today I'm going to like be telling you the whole story. So if I can do it, you can also do it. You can also like study abroad without like paying a dime to any agent and you can do it on your own. So don't be scared. You've got this.
Actually, so I mean, from where you actually I'm glad you touched base on that, especially the fact that you can do all of these things by yourself. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of emails. I mean, almost everywhere. I'm sure you will too. You
Yeah.
get that. People asking, can you just help me to fill this form? Can you just help me to apply to? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I think like 2 weeks ago, I got an email from someone. I'm doing masters in Germany. Can you help me to apply to schools in US for PhD?
Yes.
I'm like, you did. I don't know how you got the masters in Germany that you're doing, but I think if you did it by yourself, you should be able to do this by
Yeah,
yourself. And
the information's on online. Like knowledge is power. Like knowledge is power.
yeah,
Like go online, check. Like there are YouTubes now that are, like speaking about study abroad. You can like watch resourceful YouTube like this. To get like more info on how to like go through that journey on your own. Yeah.
yeah.
So.
So I mean, you can do it by yourself, whoever is watching now. And
Mhm.
that's why we are here to support you because we too we got support from people, from friends, and from watching YouTube channels like this.
Mm.
I have a YouTube channel which you are here. I mean, you are on right now. Damilola also have a YouTube channel. She's going to talk about that, and she has a lot of amazing content there that you can actually get access to. And one of the reasons why when people ask me about this, I sometimes when somebody say da da da, I want to study abroad and all that, can you share with me how do I go about it? And I send them some of my links to some of my videos. It is
Mm-hmm.
not just for you to watch those videos, it's because I know how YouTube algorithm works. If you
Mm-hmm.
watch my video, if you watch one, two, three of my videos, you start getting access to some other content. YouTube will
Yeah.
start showing you some other, you
Suggestion,
know,
yeah. In some
similar, similar content. Like you can just bump on Damilola's content, some other YouTube content that is related to what you're doing. So
content.
that's the information is just out there, for you to do. You don't need to use an agent. I have a video right here on my channel that actually talks about that, why you don't need to use an agent, and if you want to use an agent, how you can go about it, blah blah. The video actually have the lowest view because I think people don't want to listen to that. People still
No,
want
I,
to
I
go
think
on
the whole or like problem is that people are always like looking for who to hold their hands and do it for them.
yeah,
Like people do not want to like put in that time to do the
yeah,
research and go through the whole process. I
yeah.
think
I mean,
people are
it's
lazy. I'm
that's
just lazy.
that's true.
Yeah.
So, Ifeoma, you're welcome. Ifeoma, are
Yeah.
you definitely this is a Nigerian name anyway? Can you tell us where you're watching from Nigeria? Also, we're glad that you are here. All right, we're glad that you are here. So, you graduated from the University of Lagos, right? If I remember.
Yes. In
So
Nigeria.
you are from Unilag. This is one of your
Nation's
alumni.
pride. First, like can I man you know. First choice, nation's pride. Yes.
Really, you
Yeah.
guys are lucky that they did not change the name to Maud or
Ah,
Emmanuel. I mean, I could remember those times when there
yes.
was a contention, the name
Hmm.
was about to be changed.
We
I was
changed.
I
Yeah.
was praying that the name got changed, but my prayer didn't.
Look at you.
So
Oh.
I can bully some of my friends that, you know,
Nah.
that's awesome. That's
The
awesome. And
Lord
here
will
you are today.
so.
Yeah, I know you hold that name in high esteem.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. So now you find, I mean, finally you're living your dream, the opportunity
Exactly.
to study abroad.
Mhm.
Before we go into the process, do you want to tell us some of the challenges you face in the application process?
Okay. For me, I would say that when I was applying, and the challenges that I could say that I faced was that I wasn't like really like dedicating time to my research, because then I was working like on full-time work, though like it was done remotely, but then like I have like more overwhelming duties at that time, so like I gave like small hours for research, and I will not lie, I gave the whole responsibility of researching to my husband. Though like he was also working too, but then like like his work still has like some flexibility to
Yeah.
read and all that. Yeah.
I
So
mean,
I would say that yeah. So the challenges I would say is that like I had like limited time to do my own personal research. And when I was like filling the whole like form for the admission, there are some things that I do not like really understood, because like my program is quite different. Yeah, it's quite different. So like I had to like ensure that like I'm learning, or like like I'm learning like those new terms that I'm like seeing, and to understand like to know how to fill those form correctly, kind of thing. So I would say that I face like much challenges, like aside what I've mentioned, because like the process was quite easy, like it was easy, like straightforward though. But then like I just had like limited time to like dedicate for the process, like if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So let's go into the program that actually brought into the US.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about just take us through like a summary of the journey? What
Okay.
school did you apply to, or what schools, if you apply to more than one school, did you apply for scholarship differently?
Okay.
funding, or what are
Okay.
the steps you took? Did you just open the website and then you just type in and then that's all? So
Okay.
just
So
walk us through the steps for a few minutes.
okay, so let me start by saying that when I started thinking of studying abroad, I had like made some researches about schools, but then because of financial constraints, I could not like apply to a lot of schools at that time, and I didn't like want to like make use of this fee waiver thing then, though I think I had this misconception that if I tell them my story, like if I'm being too vulnerable, they might not give me the waiver kind of thing. And I was too scared to share my story with them. Like, oh, like this is why I cannot afford this particular fee. So I kind of like make sure that any school that I want to apply to, I am paying for it without seeking financial support from them. Like yeah. So I started by building my school list first, and the school that caught my attention was Miami University. I kind of like love the way the campus is structured. Like they have like nice pictures to show on their website. And
Wow.
oh yes, and when I saw the program, the Student Affairs and Education program that I did, it was appealing to me because like the learning outcomes were what I was expecting, like was what I really like want to know about. Like these are the kind of knowledge I would want to have. So
Mm.
that was how like I selected Miami University. Like though like it was like love at first sight for me kind of thing for Miami, and I only applied to Miami University official. Like only Miami University was was the school that I applied to because I'm like, okay, I'm going to this school and I'm going. And
Wow.
the way God did it, though, like my funding was kind of like came late, but then I still got the funding because like I had prayed about it. Like, sorry, like if you are not a Christian, please pray to whatever God that you can pray to, but then just have faith. Yeah, because I had faith that like I was going to get into Miami, and I just like stood like without what I'm going to Miami, and I'm going to Miami. Yeah. So
Mm.
what I did first was like to ensure that I build up my school list, which was just Miami University, and I kind of like check the requirements that okay, can I provide these requirements? And something I actually like love that the school did was that they accept unofficial transcripts, which like made it easy for me to upload my transcript myself, and like I do not need to like go to my school again to start requesting for the official transcript, and until like or like expend more than what I had budgeted for the travel or like abroad processes. So after like checking the requirement, that I saw that like this requirement is what I can like provide for them at this time. So I started like drafting my resume, my SOP. I ensure that I like got myself familiar with the school website to know what they're actually like looking for in a student, because that actually like matters a lot. Like if you are concerned like if you are like looking to like get admitted into a program, ensure that you familiarize yourself with that particular website of your program, know what they're actually like looking for in a school, and ensure that you are putting like those words and you're showing those things in your resume and in your own statement of purpose. Like you have to like show that like you're a good fit for the program, because they too, they're also like assessing if you're a good fit for the program, and also like you assessing that, or like is the program a good fit for you. So you're supposed like to meet at the middle ground, like if you are trying to apply to schools like that. So after like
Yeah, so before you continue, I think you mentioned statement of purpose, and I think it's a very key component in your application.
mm-hmm.
Um, do you want to briefly talk about? I know, and if I can share, I know you have a video on your channel that actually talks about
Statement
statement
of
of purpose.
yeah.
I think rather than taking time to explain that, I would rather share that. But do you want to just summarize key points of what you think the statement of
Oh,
purpose should be?
yes. So, for statement of focus, for my own statement of focus, my school required me to write 5 pages, which was quite a lot. It was a
Five
lot.
for
Five.
a master's program?
My brother, it's not like it wasn't funny. Like I think I ended up submitting 6 pages or something like that, because like they really
Mhm.
wanted you to be vulnerable. Like tell them like why you want to study this program, your vision for the program, and what the program will do for you. And they also like had prompt there as well, like you would answer in that same statement of purpose. So, like when I was drafting, I kind of like did a self-reflection that, okay, Dami, you want to study this program. What do you think this program will do for you? And how can I like ensure that my first paragraph would key down on the selection committee, because that actually matters. Like your introduction should make them want to read more. Like don't just like start like, oh, my name is, they already know your name already. So you don't need to like introduce yourself in that anymore. Like just tell them like, oh, this is what inspired me and this is why I want to like come into this program. I think for myself, I said, oh, like I was, oh, like I think I said, I am a proud or like educator, like, oh, like I've been a teacher, I've done this, I've done that, and then like, oh, reflecting on like the work I have done in the past. This is why I think that I should make this drastic progression in my career. Like, like they really like wanted to know, oh, like, so what has this girl done and why is she saying that this, or this is what she had done and that's why she was like progressing in her career. So I kind of like made my SOP to be enjoyable to read and very interesting, like putting in some twist and some like trick in it that, oh, like you would want to know, okay, why did this girl mention this in the first paragraph? So I would let them read it in the next paragraph, that okay, this is what I'm saying like in my first paragraph. You guys, so like trying to like keep the reader trying to like keep the reader engaged when reading your SOP is very, very important. And please do not use ambiguous words. They know that you like understand English, but then don't use words that they will need
The
to start looking at
professors,
dictionaries, start like interpreting and to get what you're trying to like to say. And another point I would like to raise in SOP is that ensure that you are following the school rubrics. Some schools give rubrics, like they want 2 page, they want 1 page, they want 5 pages. Ensure that you are meeting everything. And if they have prompts for you, don't deviate from that prompt. Answer that prompt, even if you want to add something to it. Answer the prompt first before adding your own thing to it, like or like had the or like at the towards the end of the like writing, like ensure that you're answering that prompt. Don't deviate at all. And like, oh, we have like different statements of purpose. Some are called like letter of intent. I think we have one academic statement of
personal statement too.
and we have like personal statement. So ensure that you are knowing the meaning of what the school is requiring you to submit. Don't just say, oh, I want to write my like SOP. Ensure that you are knowing the meaning of what you are writing. Is it your own personal statement that talks about your own personal life, or the one that like actually like wants to know about your own academic progression, your or like achievements and all that? And don't forget to add your college experiences. That actually matters. If you've served like in one way or the other in your school, put it. Schools here in the US actually like value leadership experiences. They value it. They want to know how good you are in leadership. What are your like leadership skills or style? They will know that through your writing, through your like experiences that you are sharing. So ensure that you are putting those leadership experiences in your SOP. And also when writing your SOP, ensure that you are using these skills, or I think like it's called the STAR method. You can like look it up. So you are like identifying a problem, then you are taking them to how you move to solving the problem, and also telling them the result of the problem. I don't know, like, or like if that makes sense. Like you are doing
To
that, like,
propose a problem
yeah, and
and
this is
then
how you like solve the problem, and this was the result, and even like what you learned from it, and like what you would have done differently if given another chance. And like you don't need to write like a lot of stories, like that could be in like 4 lines or like all together. So I think that helped me too when I was writing my KSOP for my school then as well, because like I kind of like adopted that method, and like as I was like saying each story, I was like giving them like what I learned, like what I achieved, and like what I would have done differently. So like that gave them the real insights in like, oh, this problem is what this girl's talking about, and this was the solution that she preferred to that problem, and this was what she learned, and she had grown like like over time with solving that problem. So that's that about the SOP, I don't know if that helps, but then like
I mean, it's it did more than help actually. You guys should learn from somebody who wrote an SOP of up to 6 pages. I'm not sure I've written something like that. I mean, that's for you to have that the knowledge you need to to
yeah,
write up to that page. I know it's not easy. I mean,
it's
I've
not.
written 2 pages. The max I've written is two and a half, and it's really a lot of editing and even especially when you send it to people to actually critique, which is one thing
I'll
I
still
always
go to that. I'll still go to that,
yeah,
girl.
you need to also send it to people. So I think right here you need to know more about this SOP guys. Right here
Mm-hmm.
on Damilola's page,
Oh,
home
thank you
based
for
admin, you
no,
can
yeah.
check. I think she has a. Let me look for that video. I think I've seen that video before.
Yeah,
Yes,
there, yeah.
you see, don't mind that scary face, right? So come here and see, watch the video how to draft a compelling statement of purpose. I tell
Yeah.
you, I know she has a lot to, to teach on that. Honestly, for me, I will learn from somebody who have written up to 6 pages.
Hmm.
And also I have a video on my channel here that talks about statement
Yeah,
of
that person
purpose.
said what
So
purpose
you
is
can
like.
kind of combine, all of this information and
Yeah.
write. Just write it by yourself. You don't a lot of people try to also use ChatGPT to write some of this thing, but I'm like, just follow the structure, you know.
That GPT cannot like put in emotions into your writing. It is very impossible. It will just be
Yeah,
fake. Like you have to
yeah,
write it yourself to put in those like words by yourself and
yeah,
to drive emotions like in your reader because like your reader will definitely know if they are feeling connected to what you're writing or not. And
exactly,
ChatGPT cannot give them that feeling. So you have to like write it, put your emotion, then connect.
exactly. So yeah, it's very. I think we have somebody here also. Okay, somebody's asking for Damilola's YouTube name. Yeah, we are going to share it. That's what I just share it on the screen now, but I'm going to
Mhm.
also share it. Um, Damilola, do you want to call it out while I
It's
tap it?
home based Avon.
Home-based Haven. All right,
Yeah.
you can check that on. Just type that in YouTube. I'm sure YouTube is going to bring a lot of
Yeah. Right.
information for you. Somebody's joining. Emmanuel from Ghana. You're welcome, Emmanuel from Ghana. Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
So you guys can actually type your questions in the chat box. We'll get to that
Mm-hmm.
before we end. So you apply to one school. Wow, that's awesome. But now, do you advise people to apply to one school? Or
No, from my experience, no, do not do that.
okay,
It's
so
not
what?
advisable.
So what's
So
the maximum or minimum school?
there is no maximum actually, and there's no minimum though. Like,
Okay,
what I would advise you to do is apply to schools as much as you can. Like, apply to more schools. Like, that would increase your chances of getting admission. Even if one school rejects you, another school might not reject you. You will still get like good opportunities with another school, and you can even like get a chance to compare funding like opportunities like when you get those funding, so you might have like things to weigh. So for example, this is my own like husband story. My husband applied to 3 schools,
okay,
and got like different funding like
yeah,
offers for that. So or like he had the ability to like compare the funding and
yeah.
decide, okay, I think this school is offering me more, so I will have to like go to the school. And me that I applied to just one school, I did not have opportunity to do that because
You just have one. You just have to go for the one.
I've always wanted Miami and I got Miami, so it is fine. So
You just. I mean, you have no choice.
yeah, I just had no choice. Like, so
Just
please,
accept whatever they give you since you applied for one.
since I just
Yeah,
like applied to just one. So please
yeah.
apply to as much as you can. Like just schools that have like application fee waiver. If you think application fee might be a barrier for you to pursue your dream, please don't let application fee be a barrier. There are some schools that are offering fee waivers, and there's some schools that do not like require you to pay application fee at all. Like, check out those schools, check if they have your program, and like go for them. Don't be scared to go for them at all. Like, go for them with everything that you have.
For me, I, for me, I always tell people like plan to apply to at least 5 schools, especially if you are applying to schools with application fee waiver. Now, I have that's a topic on its own, honestly, because I know there's a lot of some will say like, do apply to schools with application fee waiver, apply to school with application. What do you have to say about that before I even
No.
mention one or two things
Okay,
about
so I want people to like understand that even if you're applying to schools and your request for application fee waiver, note that it cannot affect your candidacy. They cannot
it?
hold it against you. The school is willing to offer you that as a support. So why would they hold you or like accountable for that? Like you do not have that fee. That's why you're requesting for further support. And they are there, and it's even like on their website that if you cannot afford this, please request for application fee waiver. So note
Exactly.
that they cannot hold you, like that cannot like affect your candidacy at all. Like it cannot. Like just apply for it. Apply for it. Like if you know that you don't have the money, apply. Don't let like
Don't
say
let yeah.
like different misconception to like cloud your whole like mind that like if I apply for this fee waiver, I might not get the admission. No, you can get it. Yes, you can get it.
Okay, if you are asking how do I go about it, you need to be specific. How do you go about what exactly? So
Yeah.
we know what you're talking about. Now, for me, a lot of misconception on application fee waiver. I did a video on my channel here that I talk about 6 different ways you can get application fee waivers. And one of the things I share there is that there are some schools that you don't even need an application fee. That one is not that you
Yeah.
need application fee waiver. It is there is
Free.
no application
Free.
fee waiver. So it's like they open the door wide, right? So everybody just come in. So
Mm-hmm.
that is going to be massively competitive. Should
Definitely.
you should you apply to that? Yes. I mean, for me, if you will not pay application fee, why not throw in your application there? Now there are some schools that for this session we are waiving, or for this particular period of time, anybody who apply at that time, or maybe 1 week, 2 weeks window, it is free application. That is going to be less competitive, or yeah, that's going to be
No,
less.
I'm sorry to cut you short.
Is that what I? Is that what I'm? No, let me. I'm trying to rephrase
Yeah.
my answer. What I mean is that a lot of people will apply to the first one.
Yeah, more. Yeah.
That more than this. That's what I actually want to just have those back. I'm going to somewhere actually, and
Okay.
the other one, there is another one that you have to write a letter to request for application fee waiver.
Yeah, for financial.
So that one, so this is a wider, a wider net. This is
Mm-hmm.
a short window. Now, a lot of people don't like writing, so a lot of people are not going to apply to that request them to write letter to. So you see the progression up
Yeah.
to the school that they don't waive application
Require.
fee.
Yeah. At
You
all.
know, so there are different options like that. So you just need to understand, so for me, it's not as if it's less competitive. It's just that you must understand the school you're applying to, that okay, this school, they don't even require application fee at all. That means a lot of people are applying. But I need to throw in my application too. And that's one thing I always tell people. Whether they require application fee or not, you should give your best to the application. If you give your best to it, professors need students that they can work with. If they identify your profile that they can work with you, whether you pay application fee or
On
you did not pay, they are going to reach out to you. Do you want
definitely.
to say something about that quickly?
Yeah. So for application fee waiver, as Dinga has mentioned, like we have like different ways of you like getting application fee waiver. Like the no application fee, and there's another one that you just need to attend the information session and
Yeah.
get the code for that. That's very easy. Just like go there virtually, attend, get your code like after it. You don't need to write anything. And that one is the financial need based one that you need to like request for a financial assistant to waive that. So and even if you are paying for the application fee, still note that it is still competitive because like we have people all around the world apply to that same school.
That can pay.
That can pay, yeah. So like according to research, I think we usually like have more than 1,000 students that submit their application to a particular program. So like imagine you fighting with like over 1,000 students for that particular space, and this institution will not like take more than probably 13. Some just like taking 4 students. So
Mm.
like So you have to like make your application stand out. Like your application is selling you out before they even like meet your person. Because it's
Yeah,
not all schools that require you to do or like an or like interview for your admission, Like so you have to like make your application like sell you out first before you even like get to meet with the selection committee. That's what I just need to say. Yeah.
that's awesome. It's very important to just put in your best. I applied to 4 schools, you know, but I only got one admission. So I can't imagine if I apply to one school like Damilola, but maybe probably I don't know, but I just believe that there is the hand of, if you are a Christian or whatever religion, there's the hand of God in
Yes,
whatever you are doing. You trust
when
God.
I
So
saw
if
Miami, I'm like, God, this is the school I want.
so, and there are people that have actually applied more than 3 schools and they didn't get anything, especially
They-
when they are doing it wrong.
Mhm.
And that's why you need to have the necessary information and put in the best of your application, even if you are paying application fee or not. Take advantage of application fee waiver, even if you are going to pay application fee for some schools. So that you pay application fee does not guarantee admission
At
actually.
all. It's
It does not.
not
So you just
granted.
need to know,
And
okay,
it's not
somebody,
redeemable. So
it's not, of course, it's usually written on their website anyway. So
yeah.
I have a question here before we go on. I hold a first class honor in business
Business
administration. I have applied for 7 schools since 2020 and was admitted into all the schools. Some came with scholarship
and assist.
and assistantship position. However, I couldn't enroll due to family financial status as an orphan, blah, blah, blah. Any advice? Okay, Dami, do you understand the question? Because the question, what I need to get in the question, if you got scholarship, do you mean fully funded scholarship?
Mm-hmm.
Or because if you say fully funded, I don't think there's anything that should
Should
hinder you. But
yo.
you have anything to say on that, Dami?
Yeah, I also like don't have the same like question. So like was it fully
Okay.
like
So, yeah, Abate, can you clarify that, if you got, what you mean by you got scholarship, do you got
okay.
fully funded scholarship? Because if you get, for instance, what we usually advise people if you're applying to a master's or PhD program is to try to get, okay, you got 80% scholarship. Well, so I really don't know what else could hinder you except probably maybe you were not able to get money for visa
Oh yeah, that's
and
exactly.
all that because
Uh,
that's the only thing obviously that can hinder you from doing that because you need to apart from getting the admission and all that um you need to get money, you need to pay visa fee, there's service fee also,
yeah,
which is
exactly.
currently like $350 right now, I think. So all of those they are there, but the first thing is to get admission and
Do
get
you know
funding.
what? Sorry, I just remember something right now.
All
So
right.
he said he holds a first class in business administration. So like
Oh,
I
I
have
missed that.
yeah. So I'm sorry to cut it short. So I think on my YouTube channel I have one person that I interviewed. I think it was an is he Education USA member. So he said
Wow.
that Education USA people paid for his flights, paid for his visa fee, paid for everything.
Wow.
Like as far as you owed a first class, maybe you should try, like enrolling with Education USA, so they can
Yeah.
provide you with all the benefits of on sponsoring your flights, or your or like accommodations and or like stuff like that. So yeah, so just try reaching out to Education USA and apply to be a member first, then you can get the benefits. I think so.
Okay. Okay.
Just
Yeah,
like
and I think anybody can join. Can anybody join even when you have not gotten admission?
I think so because when the person joined, the person was actually like waiting to get admission. Like he saw the flyer, I also like if you hold a first class and you want to study abroad, reach out to us kind of thing. So like he reached out to them and they mentored him through the whole process and they paid for everything, even like the schools that he kind of like applied to. So like which is very very good.
That's
So
awesome,
you
man.
won't
That's awesome. I think there are
be
some very few schools that does that. They can pay for you. Even there are some schools that can pay for your flight. I think, but very very little. But what I always tell people is get admission, get funding, especially if you're able to land a full graduate assistantship position. Um, okay, so he mentioned that he couldn't get the service fee. Yeah, I know. One thing I always tell people is this. I remember one of my friend that was actually part of the people guiding me when I was applying to the schools. He always tell me that it's a journey of faith, right? Because it's not, you don't know anybody there. You don't have leg, just like Nigeria, like you have leg. Your father knows somebody who is working in that school. So you are throwing in your application and then you are trusting that you are going to get results. So it's a journey of faith. And then he said something that is it's a capital intensive project. Uh,
Def- hmm.
in the sense that not at the beginning. All right, at the beginning you likely not going to spend anything, like except the money you used to
Applying
get
and all that.
applying, or if you need to write GRE,
Yeah,
if you need
yeah,
to, or if you need to do West evaluation and all of that. But apart from those things, you just need to, throw in your application. And when you are able to get full funding, you should just try as much as possible to seek help to get the money, because it's an investment. If you to take it to, I mean, a lot of people take loans. If I will share my own personal story too, if Dami will share, I know there are people who receive from family members.
family donations, friends donation. Go where.
Even your enemy can donate this time. When you get, I mean, you have
Enemy
scholarship.
and friends.
As a matter of fact, at that point, there was no enemy again. All the enemy. If I know any
They
enemy that
became
can give me
friends.
money that time, I'm going to that enemy to get the money, for flights, for service fee. You can imagine if you have service fee to pay, you have what's it called to pay. The visa fee itself
The
is
visa
there.
fee itself, yeah.
And then if you convert it to your currency, your
It's
local
a lot
currency,
right now.
whatever country, it's a lot. That one is there. Then the flight fee, that one is another one. So
Another
you actually need
money.
that support. But if you are able to get funding, I think up to 80%, just rally around. I mean, you have something to show the people that will loan you the money that, hey, I have this. This is the amount I'm going to be getting, and I'm
Yeah.
going to pay this money back so
Back
time to
here.
so
This is
time.
how I'm going to pay it back. And
This and the just let them know the payment plan.
mhm.
I'm sure you're going to get it. So there's no giving up in this journey. No matter the year you have been trying,
Don't give up.
you just need the right information and the right time and the right opportunity to embrace. So this time around, shoot it, shoot the goal well, apply to more schools, try to nail graduate assistantship position, that will cover 100% of the funding.
Of the funding, yeah. At
And I
least
tell you,
your tuition should be covered.
yeah, yeah. So how did you get your funding? Damilola, do you want to talk about that?
So for my funding, I need to apply separately. Like the admission was meant to come with funding. But then, because my program, like we have like different campus partners that recruit graduate students from our program. So what you need to do is to interview with different offices first before you can get the funding. So,
Can you come again?
so for my program,
Yeah.
we have like different campus partners like within the school, so that employs like graduate students to work with them.
Okay.
Yes. So because like we don't do like research like something like we don't do research kind of thing. So we kind of like work as the graduates like we did administrative tasks like planning events, like supervising students and all that. So
Okay.
that was the administrative duty that we had. But then if you want to like do research, you can do research like by the side, but then like the program is not research focused kind of thing. So I did interview, like I did like 1 week straight interview with different offices.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Was that after you submit your
After
application?
so after I submitted my own application, so they kind of like filter those that they want to invite for interview, and I got the invite to interview. So I interviewed for the admission separately, then I so interviewed for the graduate assistantship separately.
Mm.
So yes, so like I had like I think 5 interviews or so in total
Wow.
with different years. The so the interview process, so the question they were asking, like that's what I'm saying, like do your research very, very well. So at first I didn't do my research well, so that was my own fault. I didn't like get the funding immediately. So I got the admission first before the fund. Like, oh, congratulations! I was so happy that finally I have gotten admission. So now it's
Where's the money?
where's the money to pay for my tuition? I have to pay for my tuition now. I don't have the money to pay. So
I mean, that's one
so
thing about, like, sorry to cut you, a lot of people that use agents, some agents can actually find their way to get you admission,
yeah,
right?
for
But
the student wouldn't be there.
funding,
So
that could work for some countries, maybe like UK, so you could go
mm-hmm.
without funding and then just go and find your way there.
Find your way
But
out.
especially in the US, without funding, it's even going to be difficult for you to get the visa in the first place. So,
Yeah.
yeah, continue.
Yeah, so I did another interview like after the first one has gone, like the 5 interview, because like then like I had learned from my mistake the first time. So I did another interview with them because like this school was willing to take me in because like they were impressed with my like application material. Like, damn, we really want you now. I'm like, I really want to come to your school. Give me funding.
Give me money.
Give me funding. So they were trying to like look for funding for me and all that, and eventually I got this amazing offer from my best supervisor so far. And like we did the interview, and like it went well because like I had learned from my past experience, and like I was like telling them in details because then like I was like going into detail like enough for them. So but now like I have learned, oh, you have to go into details for this and that. So I went into details, and that was how I got my scholarship with the school.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah.
Awesome. So for some people, the process may be different. For
Yeah.
some, just need to apply
And
and
you get
then
the
they,
funding,
they, you
like
get the funding. Especially most PhD program in the US, for instance, they will usually not admit a student, a PhD student, that they are not ready to fund. So they will
yeah,
just most times. But for masters, they could admit you without funding. But a lot of schools, so you need to check spend time on the department
well,
website. That's what
check
I would,
check like
you
if you
know,
need to apply for funding separately, or like your funding will come with the or like with the,
yeah,
so you have to like check everything. For
yeah.
example, like one of my friend got the admission but didn't like eventually like get funding, and got like in God's view, she came to the US without funding, which
Whoa.
yes, like it was very, very like
What year is that actually?
the same year that I came, 2022.
Okay,
Yeah.
2022. Because
Yes.
a lot of things are changing now.
Yes, like we
Yeah.
came together. So she got the admission like in my same school, but then like in a different program. So she came, and she started like looking for scholarship on campus, and she got scholarship on campus that was even like very, very
More than
extremely,
your
extremely
own.
good. So it's
Actually,
like
yeah. So actually, if you're able to get the admission and you are able to get the visa and you are
mhm,
able to land here and
just come, just come, and you
you can
get
get the funding, you can always
yeah.
get funding easily. But just that these days visa is becoming difficult to get without funding, without
That was
how it's
then too.
possible.
It was very, very difficult without funding. But then like if you
Yeah, but it's yeah.
like you can sponsor yourself, you can do this, you can do that.
Yes, yes, yes.
Like
So there are many ways you can actually go about that, even if you don't have
yeah,
funding. But just that the getting the funding is going to, at least
yeah,
give you
age,
that
yeah,
age, the confidence,
the
because
confidence.
these are some of the questions they are going to ask you
And
during the interview process. How do you want to fund yourself?
mhm.
So rather than trying to add this together and all that, if you have a funding, it gives you confidence a lot. So that's what I usually try to get funding. But if you are not able to get, that shouldn't stop you. Take a step, seek for information. ask
Mm-hmm.
people how to go about it and all that. You wanted to say something like that.
Yeah. And again, even if you get funding, that doesn't mean that if
Yeah,
you
of
if
course.
you go to the US embassy to do your visa thing,
Without being
not deny
unprepared.
they can they can do that as well. So
Unprepared, no, no,
yeah,
that is not
so
going to work.
don't just
Yeah,
think that, oh, now you have fun, you can just go there and go out like answer question and come back with your visa. No, they can still deny you. So just have that
of
in mind.
course.
So
I think they are just looking for a way to for you to show that you are really a student, because a lot of people are going there for different
but yeah,
reasons. So they just need to see that, are you really a student? Did you do this thing by yourself? Because they know a lot of people to use agent, they just sit back in their home and somebody is filling the application for
filling
them.
the application for them
So
and
some
all.
of those questions you should be able to answer them if you prepare well, and if you
Mhm.
actually did the process by yourself. There are questions like, okay, what school are you going to? What's going to be your research if it's a
Yeah.
research-based program? All those kind of questions. So if you actually did the process by yourself, you should be
You
able
would
to answer,
those yeah,
you
you
know,
have like answers to those.
yeah, answers to some of those questions. If-
For example, like when I went for my visa interview, this or like interviewer was literally asking me for my supervisor's name and my program coordinator's name. Like
yeah,
why? But then like I was able to say it. Like,
yeah.
okay, okay. So
I mean, if you have been
you can ask me
communicating with
any
them,
question.
you
So
should. You should be able to know. Some of my friends that helped me, I mean, I did some mock
mhm.
interviews with some of my friends. They actually know my supervisor's name because I've mentioned it multiple times.
Yeah.
So you can imagine myself going there and not knowing the supervisors,
Mm-hmm.
your potential
But to even
supervisor.
show that like like he was following me or like I had to like Google Miami University and
Yeah,
check for those names if they were correct or not because like it was like oh yeah it's correct I can see like I see I'm like are you googling it? It was like yeah sure like it's confirming I'm like okay okay
so that's cool. That's
so
cool.
you have to like be familiar with what you're doing so
Yeah.
that's
So Abate, I mean, I advise you to, keep on applying, and but with structured with more information. You really have a very good profile if you have a first class. For
mm-hmm.
somebody like me, I don't have a first class. I think so. Damilola, I don't know if
two
it doesn't
one
look like a first class.
two
You
one
know, but if you have a first class, I tell you, you have a very amazing opportunity. You just need to. It doesn't mean if you don't have a first class, you don't have opportunity. I mean, there are a lot of people with low CGPA. I just did a video
yeah that's
on
yeah
channel just last
two
this
they are here
2 weeks.
so
Yeah, people with the lowest of the lowest CGPA that are able to get admission. You just need to put the right information, together before things will
like my
work.
husband would say like he'll say that GPA is just one of the requirements. You still have like
Yeah,
other things to show yourself in. So just know that it's just one of the requirements. It's not the major one.
yeah. So if he asks a question, I I need information on how to apply for fully funded scholarship for masters. Yeah, I mean I don't think it's one information. It's just basically what we have been talking about here. Dami, do you want to? I don't know. Is this something that can be summarizing?
No, I think
So
so.
the
Like
information is
we need to
just, yeah. Go ahead.
So one thing I will just say that like she needs to like know the program she wants to study first. That's like a way to start. Because we cannot just give her information on how to get fully funded for scholarship without knowing our program. So know your program, like identify your program, then build your own school list. Look at the schools that you will be submitting your applications to and check if their learning outcome like matches with your own expectations first. And check their requirements if it's what you'll be able to provide, like unofficial transcript or like if you are able to like evaluate your own transcript or not. Check or if like you'll be needing to pay application fee, like if they have like waiver for you, like those things are what you should like consider noting and also like know if they have fully funded for master's program because like it's not
Mhm.
all program that provides funded opportunities for masters if they have PhD existing. So one thing I would just like advising people is that if your program have like a PhD in that particular school and you're interested in that particular school, just apply for the PhD. You can always like master out if you're tired of like going forward with it. There are some schools that gives like master's degree to you while you're in your PhD program. So ensure that like your program have that same opportunity for you. So just like go through those process, then you would get your admission with your funding. It's quite easy. So just dedicate time to research about your own program, know the needs, and like know the needs and ensuring that you are meeting those needs that have been stated on their website.
Okay, so also I think we need to know the program if he is interested in. If you say a fully funded master's program, what program? What is your area of specialization? Is it
Specialization, yeah. So
science? Is it chemistry you are interested in? So probably if you want to mention that, that might also be helpful, to know the direction. And also, Ellen asked, is GRE compulsory for US universities? Um, do you want to talk about that? Is
okay.
writing GRE compulsory or not?
So
Can you do without it?
yeah, I think this actually like depends on the
Which
university.
program? And also which program?
Yeah, the university and the program. So it all depends on your own particular program. If your program is requiring for GRE, that's on them. And like there are also like some institution or some universities in the US that do not require GRE for some programs. Why some programs like do require it? For example, in Miami University, like there are some programs that require you to write GRE, but my own particular program and like some like other programs do not require GRE. So it's like everything boils down to your own program if your program requires it or not. So and again, like most schools now are now like understanding that GRE is not just a way to test student skills or to
Yeah,
test student critical thinking or like anymore right now. You get so like so there are like other ways to like gauge that or to know that like this student can speak well, can actually like think critically like on their feet and like stuff like that. So you can just
yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah. So you can
So
just like check
I think it
what
depends on the program. Yeah, so
yeah.
early, it depends on your program. Some program require GRE, some programs do not require. And when I mean
Mhm.
some program, you can, for instance, you can check University of ABC and maybe you are applying for chemistry, masters in
Mhm.
chemistry. University of ABC, their masters in chemistry program can say GRE is required. And you
Required. Yeah.
can check University of XYZ, their masters in chemistry, they can say, okay,
Yeah.
GRE
Not
is
required.
optional, you
Yeah.
know. Some will even say GRE is optional, some will say GRE is not even required.
Recommended optional, but then like if you submit it, they might like put it in consideration at times. So it all
Yeah,
depends.
so it just boils down to which program do you want. If you can mention the program also in the chat box, I think it's also important. Same thing for if you can mention your program, I think that can be helpful. So what you want to do is to check when you get to the university's website, you check the program, just look for the um I think we can look for the school. Are you able to
Yeah.
share your screen, Dami?
Oh, I don't think so, but I'm using my phone. I don't know.
Okay, all right. So let's
Yeah.
I sometimes in live session like this I like to walk people through as a
Oh,
just like an
yeah,
example.
and I think on my channel, I actually like listed some programs that like like and what they require. Like I think I
Oh
did chemistry, I did for English, I did for nursing. So I kind of like listed some things that
gosh.
they require or not. So like you can just like go like this information that
Yeah,
so it was because of I did research to see what they kind of like offer or not. So something that you can also like do go to your preferred institution if they have a
oh
program like
yes.
just check there and just like check and see if they have any requirements or like if they are currently waiving GRE or if they require it. So
Yeah, I can see you have a video on nursing also, yeah. Those who
yeah,
are interested in nursing
yeah, I
program
have chemistry, I have English, I
and all
have
that. So yeah, so that's what I tell people sometimes when you ask when some of these questions come, it depends on how much information you have checked.
informed.
For
Yeah.
instance, if you have checked some of the videos that I put online, and I believe it's the same
Mm-hmm.
thing for Damilola in his, on our channel home base. Sometimes I walk people through the process. You will see how I check the school, how I check the programs, and sometimes
Yeah.
if you watch the video, if I actually walk the video to the end, you should be able to, oh, that's the program I'm interested in. You
Yeah.
know, it's just the same process. How do you get the scholarship? First of all, check the school. Get on their website, check if you're able to find the program you are interested in, click on the program. It's going to lead you to their department
Well,
page. Check
okay.
the information on the department page. Check information on funding. They are going to write information on funding or graduate assistantship or financial aid, depending on
Mm-hmm.
which name they call it. So you check all
Yeah.
those information. It's going to tell you. Some of them is just for you to just apply. Some will say, okay, you have to do this, you have to do that. But
Do
most
that. Yeah.
importantly, I always encourage people to try to send email also to the professors or to the graduate coordinator to
Mm-hmm.
ask them for further information, about,
Please note that there are no stupid questions. Ask your questions without fear.
yeah. But are you sure there are no stupid question?
Literally, there are no stupid questions. Actually,
Okay.
there are no
So
stupid questions.
now this is what I always tell people. If I say, okay, if I ask a question like, Professor blah blah blah, please, is GRE required for your program? And they actually have that information on their website. Does that look stupid or not?
Yeah, to you, it might look stupid, but to them, they might just see it as, oh, this student is
Yeah,
not um maybe tech savvy enough, or maybe the
yeah.
students have like greater time to research, and they can either like refer you back to their website, or like check our website, everything you need is there. So when they reply you is when you know that, oh, like this question is actually very
This
stupid.
is actually
So,
yeah.
but before that, like there are no stupid questions. So just ask your question, and their reply will actually like let you know that, oh, like I just asked a stupid question. So find this on my own. So that's
I
just
think it's all teachers that used to say. I can remember one of my teachers in school that used to say, "Just ask. There's no stupid question."
it.
In my mind, I would say, "Sir, are you sure that?" So I mean, just any question you feel you can ask, just
Mhm.
ask. But more important, before you ask, just try to make sure
Try to do
you have
your own research.
checked,
Yeah.
do your own research. But again, at the end of the day, no matter the research you do, sometimes there are some information you may not even be able to get, and they are there actually. So it's
You just need to.
sometimes these websites are just so interwoven, and
Some websites
sometimes
are very hard to like navigate. Like very very hard
yes,
to.
yes. But just make sure that you try your best to check. Then if you cannot find it,
Mm-hmm.
you can ask. And usually they will not, most time they don't respond
Immediately.
rudely.
Yeah, they
Or
don't.
they won't be rude. They won't say, can't you see?
Mhm.
Can't you
Okay.
see that
Very
there
very
is
professional in dishing out.
very, yeah, very professional. They can, and like they can, you can, but that doesn't mean you should take advantage of that.
No,
Do
yeah.
your job. But if you can't find any information, reach out to them via email, and then you are going to
Mhm. To get-
get response.
Another thing
You
I
know,
want to say is that if you are finding a website too troubling to navigate, you can use the search button, like the search icon on the website.
okay, yeah,
Once
yeah.
you search button, like the search icon, it will definitely like provide the information that I need.
Let me show that because
You
sometimes
can just go to yeah.
for
So
instance, on Miami University. So if you look at this corner, I don't know if you can see my screen. If you
yeah,
click
it's
on
very
that corner, you see this
just
search box.
anything.
You
Just
just anything. Let's say masters, or let me say economics.
just put economy to bring out everything about economy.
Economics, PhD. I don't know if they have PhD economics in your
I don't think so. But you can
Miami.
just
Yeah, so you see the first information it will bring here, let me Department of Economics. Then you click on it.
you click so to just take you straight to the website. So and
Yeah,
every
so
on search button. So just like use the
yeah,
search and do your
and this is
research.
the graduate program here, right?
Yeah.
Masters in
That's the,
Economics. They probably don't have a PhD in economics, I don't know.
I don't think they do. Yeah.
Yeah,
Miami is an R2 university, so
okay. That's
they
that's
don't have
that's
much PhD program. So that's
okay, okay. Yeah, I mean that's fine, even if they don't. As long as you can get the program you are able to do there, I think that's the most important thing. What about people that used to look for some have school in their mind? Oh, I want to study in Harvard. I want to study in.
that's still very very good. Like I have met people that says that, oh, like I can't go to a particular school that is not ranked highly. So
Okay.
like and I refer them to usnews.com. So if you know that you're looking for highly ranked schools, go to usnews.com. Like they rank school based on the program,
Mhm.
and like also like have it in mind that your school or like as a whole might be ranking low, but your program might rank high. So like
Yeah.
you have to put that into consideration. So like don't just go for a high ranking institution, but also you should go for a high ranking program. I think
Hmm.
yeah, that's the best, because if you're looking for oh like I want a school that is ranking on top 20, is your program ranking top 20 or your program is ranking top on or like on top or like on 200 or something like that. So you have to like put that into consideration as well. So and
Hmm.
Miami happens to be like the best public Ivy in or like in Ohio State, so which is very good. So
Ohio State.
so
Awesome. Awesome. So how did you find the in terms of recommendation letter now? I really want to talk about that.
oh
How
yeah,
did you
so okay.
navigate? Because I know recommendation letter is one other challenge that prospective applicants find in the
Yeah.
application process. How were you able to navigate? Did
So
it come easy?
no, no. So for my recommendation letter, back to my school, Miami. So I think they requested four. I think it was four. Yes, it was
Wow.
four that they requested for. So I had to like reach out to my professors, like my lecturers,
Yeah.
back at University of Lagos, and I reached out to them, and some were not responding, and I had to like go to my school myself, like physical, like visit them physically and all that. So
Hmm.
I went like multiple times. Most times we're not in the office, and has to like keep calling them, keep messaging them that please I need to do this. So eventually like I got to meet them, and some were like, oh Dami, for me to recommend you, like I would need you to come with your SOP, your resume. Let us sit together and review it together. So that was some of them like condition. I'm like, so much is very easy now. To my laptop here. Let's revise it together. So we kind of like revised it, and like I love that they were really invested in the process. Like
Yeah.
they went to the school website to check like on how we discuss like or like on help you develop, and like what's your correlation of your or like undergraduate degree with this particular degree. So I answered those questions, and like based on the information that we found like on the website, they were able to like know that like this program is actually like a branch from my program, like from my own undergrad program kind of thing. And like that made them like know what to write in my recommendation letter. And like from what they actually like read from the website, they knew they kind of said that this school was like looking for to say. So like when they already like identify that or like this actually looking for this set of students, so they ensure that like everything that they were saying in the recommendation letter actually like speaks to that character, speaks to that specific traits that the school is actually like looking for. So that's why I said that like it's very important for you to like meet with your recommenders like
Yes.
before like them sending out the recommendation letter, because you might not have the opportunity to review the letter with them. Though I
When
never
you sent
saw
it.
the letter myself, I never saw like what they sent in, but then I trusted them that they did a very good job, because like that was why I got the like admission like in the first place. So yeah,
Of
so
course.
I trusted them, because like we've done the research like together, and like those that were willing to like review my document with me did. Why some were like, oh no, I did not like need that. I trust you. Like, I have worked with you before. You were this, you were that. So I can just like write on things that I know, like about you. So that was how I did my recommendation letter. So I think I
Yeah.
submitted four in total. Yeah. So, but then finding them wasn't easy. Like how like Nigerians or like lecturers and so it was not easy. But then like eventually it's paid off, because like I was able to like sit with them and did some correction. Like I can never forget this line that my course advisor like included. I think she included on this is it like what's it called? I think dognessness or something like that. She was like, that means you have this dognessness. Can you go? I'm like, okay, put it there.
Oh, in the wow.
I'm like, put it there.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, they believe you have that
yeah,
anyway for them to
so
write it, actually. Sometimes we don't know we have a
actually,
particular
yeah, so
capacity.
you don't know your own or like ability, and like
Yeah,
when writing recommendation letter like speaks not just to your or like achievements, but then like
yeah,
speaks to your own character traits because like that's what they really want to know. Like they are getting or like an insider perspective about you. Like they are reviewing you kind of thing. So like for the institution to believe that oh this person will like be a good fit in our program, they need someone that will review you to them. So your recommender actually like reviewing you to them, like, oh, like this person, I've worked with this person in this capacity, and these are their strengths, these are their weaknesses, and these are the character that they showed when like working together in this particular program. And I can
exactly.
vouch for this person, I can recommend this person that this person will do a very great job if you give them this opportunity, kind of thing. So
Exactly. And what I would advise, I think one other thing that I see that help you is because you have a very good relationship with um, some of the lecturers. Maybe not 100%, but at least you could walk back.
you can say that I do, but then like okay, yeah, I do.
Yeah, because I know where people used to have that challenge. Oh, oh my God, I graduated 10 years ago. I graduated
Mhm.
5 years ago. I have not even called them to even say
Yeah,
hello. How can
say
I go
hi.
back? That kind of thing. If you are still in school anyway, or you graduated a few years ago, start building that relationship back now
Exactly. Yeah.
with your
That,
lecturers, and start reaching out to them, calling them. But if you have not called them for a while too, you can still reach them. Some of them understand that life goes on, students graduate and they move on with life.
life
So
goes on. Yeah.
and you are not the only person. You will even discover that you are not the only person asking them for recommendation letter. They
Yeah.
already have, they have template, they have students
Coming.
that
Yeah.
ask for these things. They just sometimes write it or just edit it based on your own
True.
uniqueness. If they are able to remember you, oh, then they've had a few things. So don't be shy, don't be reluctant to reach out to them, irrespective of how you think your relationship was with
Mm-hmm.
them. Maybe you didn't have smooth relation with your lecturer. Reach out to them, and try to let them know what you are applying because you need them at that junction. Actually, recommendation letter,
Hey.
and start sending the application early. I think most of the application you can request for a recommendation letter in the application
Yes.
system when you
Mm.
have not submitted the application.
Yeah. So that's
So
like it's
that at least you have
quite
more time.
yeah. And
Yeah,
yeah.
you have more time that's what I do most time. Once I start if I already know that I've talked to the lecturer
Mm-hmm.
or the professor and he has agreed to write the recommendation letter, I
Mm-hmm.
go ahead to submit it. I mean, to submit the email of the person to
Yeah.
request so
True.
that while I'm rounding up my
Yeah.
application process, the recommendation letter comes in,
Yeah. I want to say something.
Yeah.
So something that helped me as well. I told them that my application closes on a certain date. I didn't tell them the real date because I know how like people procrastinate and like and I also like know that they might be very very busy because considering the fact that they are full time staffs of the
Professors, yeah.
yeah, and they also like have like other like responsibilities. So I told them that like it's going to close this particular day. So I gave them like a week before the closing time. So I
Mm.
which like they were trying to like to work towards. So I kept on following up like, oh, I haven't gotten a notification that you've submitted your recommendation letter. Can you please man help me? Can you please sir? I kept on like following up with them. And
Yeah.
somebody was like, Tammy, if I receive your message again, I will not submit it. I clearly left the person because I'm like, okay. And the person actually like submitted it on the last day, gone that I said. I'm like, why did you do that?
So it was not really an easy experience for you,
It
right?
yeah, I think like it was very, very like intentional online, like of that person because I'm like, why is this girl sending me like several reminders? Maybe the person was the very
Yeah.
last thing that she said. so so to avoid that, please so tell them like 1 week, like so or like imagine or like if I've not like told them like oh like it will be due this particular day. Like and I
Mm.
told them the like exact day. That's how the person would have like made me miss
Miss
you
the
get so
deadline.
yeah so that's why I was like you can tell them that like it will be due maybe like 2 weeks before safe because like you have to like
Mm.
make them prepare for it so
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean, it's very important you do that. And also, give them time and let
Mhm.
them just make sure you carry and
Inform
maybe
them weeks ahead, like 3 months ahead or 2 months ahead that you are applying to school.
yes,
As far as you're
that,
sure that like use this particular person, inform
yeah,
them ahead so that they can create that time for you
yeah. A
also.
lot of
Don't
people
just assume
procrastinate
that,
actually. A
yeah,
lot
don't
of
just
people
assume like
procrastinate on that.
assume that, oh, they're my lecturers, they'll do it for me like immediately. No, they also have their own job responsibility. They also have like things they are doing as well. So
Yes, yes. And anything can happen. I mean, life can happen that
life
time.
can
First,
happen,
somebody
yeah.
can have one challenge or the other and doesn't even, you yourself, you'll be scared to even call the person to ask
Exactly.
for a recommendation letter. That's
Yeah.
why it's very important you plan ahead and,
I'm planning.
and also have several options,
Have several options. So, like, if your school is requesting for 4, you can have like 5 people standby. So, in case one person pull out, you can easily like, remove them from the or like application dashboard. Then you can add the new person there.
a new
So,
person.
mhm.
Yeah. Awesome, awesome. So the final thing I would like to ask you, I hope it's the final anyway, if I don't remember anything. But if you have any question, please, if you are watching us, you have a question. We've been here with Damilola as our guest, and she has been sharing some of her, study abroad journey precisely, some
Yeah.
other things that she has chipped in, and she has been able to answer some of the questions that people have asked. So if you have question and you are just joining up, you've been here before, you can drop your question before
Mhm.
Damilola, leaves us here. The question I want to ask is a question really, but if you look at the whole process, because I know we only talk about a bit of it in terms
Mhm.
of the stress, in terms of the what it takes from you,
Mhm.
um, financially or mentally. I
Mhm.
know there are sometimes you will not be able to sleep. Like, how do I go about this? That kind of thing. I mean, I can still remember times I don't sleep.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I mean, a lot of sleepless nights because you want to meet up application, you want to write this thing, and
Mhm.
maybe that's the convenient time. So if you look at all these things that you went through in the process, is it really worth it if you look at the results now of what you are getting or where you are now? Do you think it's worth the stress?
Truthfully, truthfully, it is worth it. It is very like 100% worth it. Like, I am glad that I took that step of going for my dreams. Like, okay, I want to pursue my dream
Mm.
now. It is the right time for me to pursue my dream. So, truthfully, it is very, very worth it, and I'm enjoying like the fruit of my labor. I would say, I'm enjoying the
Yeah.
fruit of my labor because
Mm.
in like I like put in more like more work in my like application, and like even in grad school, like going to grad school is not for the weak at all here. Like you might be thinking that, oh, like grad school here is very easy. Like, oh, we used to say that like schools in abroad are very easy to pass. So
Have you?
until you get here, until you get here, no, 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 they're not easy to pass. So
But you are passing now. I mean, you are passing.
that
You are
definitely.
not failing.
Definitely. And again, like for you to continue to hold your assistantship, you have to maintain your 3.0 GPA. So you have to put that into consideration. Though I never like fell off my 4.0. Yeah. So
Yeah.
but then you have to be very, very intentional about whatever you are doing, and also like ensuring that what you are doing currently in grad school would contribute drastically to your future, because you have to start thinking after grad school. So, for example, when I was in grad school, I was looking for an internship that would contribute and give me experience in the job role that I was like aspiring to like assume like after the school. So like putting in like those little things into consideration would actually like help you, and help you to reap the fruit of your labor faster. Because here as an international student, when you're applying for jobs here, we usually like shy away from mentioning our own experience back home, actually like on our job experience, because like we feel that like it doesn't relate to what they're actually like requiring
Mm.
here right
Yeah.
now. So same way I felt. So that's why like I put in much work to actually like do like different practicum, different like internship on campus to gather those experiences. Like, oh, like I think I was applying for this job. So these skills that they need, okay, now or now will have acquire that skills. These skills again, I have to do that. So like like not just like going through the school, also like ensuring that you are getting all the resources needed and preparing or like ahead, because the school will not help you look for a job. You are still the one that will look for a job by yourself, and at the end of the day, so you have to
Yeah.
prepare yourself more. So that's,
So
and to answer your question, it is very, very rewarding. I won't even like, I am reaping the fruit of my labor right now. So that's what I'm just saying.
yeah, I mean, you face the stress, you face the, the challenges that come with it, and
Yes.
here you are, you're living your dream. And if you are watching us, it is possible, and it doesn't matter which school you graduated from. It doesn't matter your financial background. It doesn't matter the family background. It doesn't matter if you do, even if you don't even have a name at all.
I didn't come from a rich family. We are not rich in my family.
Really? Are you sure? Your face looks like somebody that is coming from a rich
Okay,
family.
we are not rich in my family, but then we are enjoying the richness in Christ. So that is it.
Okay, we have a monarcha, right? I don't get. Are you asking a question? Who is applying this or
Who's
something?
applying this one?
Maybe you want to
So
rephrase your question.
I think we should answer on or like Ifeoma's
If you're
question.
my okay, please, the recommendation must it come from graduate school, from my graduate school?
I don't understand this question.
Um, Maybe you want to rephrase that question. Must it come from your graduate school or from a
Is
school you graduated from?
maybe that's what she
Maybe
intended.
that's what she meant. Well, I think on the on based on priority, it's the number one priority should be from your school where you graduate from. As a matter of fact, from your department,
Mm-hmm.
lecturers that taught you. That's the priority. Maybe if you are not able to get that, then you can think of okay, still within the same school, but not your lecturer, not your dad. They didn't teach you directly before you start thinking
Yeah.
about outside your school.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that should be the priority. Like
And again, depending on the program, some program actually like require that you might like use your supervisor, your current supervisor that is supervising you in your
or
workplace.
your boss at work, yeah, workplace. I was about to
So
mention that.
yeah, so that person had worked with you. They know your skills. They know
Yeah.
your like ability, your strength, and all that. They can speak to your character. They literally like know everything about you on how you plan your programs, your on like things that you do, or like on in your or like in your own like own workplace. So like that person can be a good resource for you in providing you with a recommendation letter. So
Yeah, yeah. So it can come from anywhere, but let your priority be
yeah,
from
from
maybe your professor or the person you have worked directly with. And
mhm.
importantly, you should read the information on the department,
Yeah, and see what they require. Yeah. Because
concerning
stating
recommendation letter.
that they want your lecturer that have taught you before, not
Yeah,
the supervisor. So you have to like
yes,
read it and know
yes,
what they
yes.
are.
So they will specify. So it's important you know what they specify.
Mhm.
That's very important. Monica, I didn't really get your question, or I mean, if you want to rephrase that in the little time we have. So, damn, if you go back again, oh, you can't go back again anyway. If you start, or if you have an advice for somebody who is starting again, imagine you are the one,
Yeah.
starting fresh. What do you think you do
So
differently? Let me put it that
so
way.
okay. I think what I would have done differently if I was to, like go through this process again is that I would invest time in my research, make sure that I'm researching well and knowing like putting all those like requirements into consideration before like making decision, and to be sure that like I can meet up with this deadline, because like deadline is very important as well. Ensure that
Mm.
you're checking if the deadline for the funding or like it's same thing as deadline for the or like admission. And also checking if like the application process for funding is entirely different, because like some schools are entirely different. So I also like advise you to have a planner where you have like everything coordinated. So
Mm. Yeah.
you have a planner like might be like a Google Sheets where you like write all the schools that you are applying to, note down their requirements, put down their deadline, or put down the numbers of recommendations that they are
Recommendation
asking for.
letter.
Yeah, like put that down and also like put this small or like on checkbox so that oh like this school I am done with it. Just check it out, and I can also like refer back to that same resources back to see like oh what progress am I making with this application. Like if I had done that like before, maybe like it would have like helped me to prepare better. And another thing is, I think that's what I would have done differently. Just like investing time in researching and creating my own personalized um planner kind of thing.
So based on what you are saying, are there some schools if you have done it this way, like are there some schools you would have maybe meet up the deadline or something?
Yes. So if I had done it that way, I would have had my own files like organized. Now we have to like to see like oh this school deadline is different, or this school is offering like free like application, or this school do not even require person at all. This school I just need to apply for fee waiver, or this school like I just need to like attend their information session to get the code. So those little like information would have helped me to increase my own chances of getting or like admissions with multiple schools, not just being stuck with a school. But then like or like I wasn't stuck because like I really like love Miami. So and,
I was about to ask if you,
yes, like I wasn't stuck because I love Miami, and that's why I
okay.
don't regretted it at all. Like I eventually like went to Miami because like it was like a fulfilling dream for me. Like oh like I love the school like at first sight, and I got it like a pride for
Love
me.
at first
This
sight.
girl like apply to a school and she got into that school. Like so yeah, so
That's
that's just it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for coming, to join us here and sharing your experience. And I believe those who have joined and probably those who watch this video again, we definitely, get one or two things to apply to.
Mm-hmm.
In here with Dami, if you are just joining or if you've joined for a while and you don't know what we have been doing, we have been here with Damilola, okay, and matter of fact, she has a YouTube channel, which I think I should also share. Please, as you follow my channel, also follow Dami. In fact, as a matter of fact, it seems that Dami have a lot of stuff to dish out, especially the fact that she was able to write 6 pages
Oh
SOP.
please.
Honestly, I should follow you to know how you did that, Even if I'm
Please.
not able to write up to that, I mean, I should be able to get something from that. That's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. So, follow Dami's channel. I'm going to share the channel once again. Um, Home base Haven, and I tell you, she has a lot of content that you can go through. How to apply to certain schools, different schools, and
Mm-hmm.
also West evaluation. Some people have been asking me, and even though I'm planning to do a video on that, you can come on Dami's channel. She has a video on doing West evaluation and all that.
And if
So
you have
just
extended or certificate or like on diploma, you can always apply to US schools. Don't limit
yeah,
yourself. That's
yeah, yeah. That's another thing. Okay, so is it? Let me see the question again. Is it for high school graduates or even those that have university's degree already? So there are several opportunities in the US here. There are most of the schools also have undergraduate program. As a matter of fact, you can't have a university without having undergraduate program. So if you finish from high school, you can apply to undergraduate
mm-hmm.
degrees. If you have finished undergraduate in your country, you can apply to masters or PhD program.
Mm-hmm.
So the opportunities we have been sharing here, they are for both undergraduate and masters.
And for
But
masters,
just
yeah.
that just that most of the people viewing our channels and all that are actually applying to masters and PhD. So, but if
Mm-hmm.
you apply, it's just the same process. Check the universities, check the programs, check the requirements, and see how you can, meet up the requirement. And if you have any question, you can always reach out to me on my channel. If you, yeah, Damilola's channel also, I'm sure there'll be a link for you to reach out, to get help on that. Does that answer the question, Dami? I think.
Yeah, you did great on that, yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us, Dami, and hopefully you still come to talk more about, the SOP thing and fully fledged. Oh, there's a video on your channel which I'm glad should have more information on that, and That's what I will start pushing people to go and
Oh
watch.
no, like that one. Oh, I actually like reviewed my like husband's like essay there. It was my
Okay,
husband.
okay, okay, but not yours. So, but I'm
No,
sure people are going to gain a lot from it. So,
definitely, definitely.
because it's typically getting the same concept, be able to write by
Yeah.
yourself. So if you have watched us up to this point, you can see from Dami's story and similar to mine, none of us pay agents to do this thing for us.
No, it
We did it
was
by ourselves.
DIY.
So it shows that you can do it by yourself too. Just go online, check some of the channels, the YouTube channels, and my page, Dami's page, check the videos, see schools that we are recommending, and also make extra, search. As a matter of fact, the first video I put on my channel here was to show people how to search for school
Was
from
yeah.
just on Google, right from from the fact that I don't know what to do, searching for school, checking their um what's it called? Is their admission rate? I'm trying to remember the name
I'm
they
sure
call it.
that's that it.
Um,
Acceptance.
acceptance rates. Yeah, so which is also important. You want to check schools that, do you go live daily? Oh no. A lot of us are busy here too, those who are working, those who are going to school. I mean, I'm currently a student, master student also, and I have my GTA. So we don't go live every day. We
No, easy.
go live once in a while. But if you follow this channel, you will know when I'm going live, and I'm
Yeah,
sure
you'll be
it's been
notified. Yeah, that's
yeah. So just make sure you subscribe to the channel,
mm-hmm.
click the notification bell, and you'll be notified usually like 1 week ahead of any live session. And that's what for any channel you are following. All right. Thank you very much, Dami. Good to
No,
have
thank
you.
you for having me here, and it was glad sharing
Yeah,
my story here. So it was good. So I
yeah.
think I'll just leave with this last word, like with this last advice that study
Okay.
abroad is a mindset. So ensure that your mindset is in the right state. Like, okay, I want to study abroad.
Mm.
Like put your
Not
mindset.
Japa mindset.
Yeah, it's all about mindset. So like if you do not like believe in yourself, you cannot get it. So, but if you believe in yourself and you're like, okay, you're putting the work to it, you will definitely
Mm.
get it. So
And I
don't be
always,
tired. Just keep
yeah,
on applying.
yeah, believe in yourself. It's very important. And I always tell people, don't approach it with Japa mindset because you get frustrated, honestly, because you will not want to put in the work.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So and then you won't get the results. So approach it like you're approaching any school you want to just assume you are applying to school even in Nigeria or
Mm-hmm.
Ghana or whatever country. You are applying to that school because you want to go and be a student. And
Yeah.
that's where you should start from. That's the mindset you should start from. So whatever dream, whatever long-term goal you may have, maybe after graduating from the school, after finishing your master, after finishing your PhD, that's another thing. But the first thing is you want to be a student, and that's the mindset. And that's why I always tell people if you have graduated for a long time, you need to bring back that wear your gown of being a student back. You
Yeah.
know, just wear it back and start because sometimes you want to write to professors, you need to also read about them, that kind of thing. You read about them, you know that okay, this is what they do. Sometimes you need to read their research if you're applying to some research-based program. So read the research of the professor. So if you have not been doing that for a very long time, this is the time to bring that mindset back. So just like that means approaching it with the right mindset is very important to the success. And you put all of these things together, I'm telling you, if we are not stoppable, if we are unstoppable, you are also unstoppable. If you believe in yourself, this is going to be possible. We are going to see each other next year on the street of US. Maybe you meet them in Miami.
Okay.
What's the name of your city now? you know.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear you again here. I don't know what went wrong.
Okay, but can you hear me now? Can you still hear me?
I can't.
You can't.
Bye. I cannot hear
Okay,
you.
so probably we need to end this session anyway. All right, thank you so much. Thank you if you have joined us so far. We've been with Dami, and just make sure that we follow. If you miss some of the session, you can always go back to watch the session again from the beginning. this live session. Done a lot of amazing question and answer session with Dami here, our guest. And also, make sure you take your time to go through the videos on this channel. You know, it answered a lot of questions that people ask. And sometimes I receive comments on the same video that I've provided answer to the question you are asking. So sometimes you want to go through the video before you ask your question, all of those things. So your dream is achievable, guys. Just know, believe in yourself, trust, have faith, and I tell you that your study abroad dream is going to be achieved. So this is the end of this live session. Thank you for joining today. Keep watching our videos and keep sharing it. And I'll see you in the next video, in the next live session, and the next video that I'm going to be releasing on this channel. Thank you so much. God bless you.